Welcome to a world of ideas. I'm Ron Isaacson, and this video is part one of how to create a model using the Idea Shuffler, another in a series of videos about the Idea Shuffler. It is recommended that you watch the Idea Shuffler introduction and user interface videos before watching this video. If you haven't watched them, just go to ideashuffler.com for access. Here we are in the Idea Shuffler tool. In this video, we will create a very simple model of cash flow to demonstrate the process of creating models with the Idea Shuffler tool. We will start by clicking New Model, give it the name Cash Flow, now we have a blank diagram with the name cash flow to work with. The first thing we need to do is define the purpose of the model. Your purpose, whether stated or not, is determining what you have in your model and what you leave out. A good place to put your purpose is in the document associated with the model. So we will click on the Document button and enter the purpose of the cash flow model. To save time, I previously entered in that purpose. So I'll read it. The purpose of the cash flow model is to understand the general factors involved in calculating monthly cash flow in a business, while at the same time providing an extremely simple model that is very easy to understand and can be used to illustrate the use of the Idea Shuffler methodology. And now I'll close this document. Next, you make the initial selection of the concepts that go on this diagram. Before this video, I selected the concepts for this cash flow model. So now I will enter them on the diagram. Starting cash, ending cash, cash in, and I'll add some comments about cash in. Consists of sales, interest, receivables, and sales of assets. I'll add the concept cash out, expenses, and we'll have expenses that are fixed, and we'll also have expenses that are variable. So now we have all of the concepts for this simple model added. Now we will add associations to the diagram. Associations between concepts are represented by lines between concepts with a button that indicates if the association is positive, which is green, neutral, no color, or negative, which is red. So let's go ahead and add associations. We have an association from starting cash to ending cash. We'll say that adds to ending cash, and we'll call that a positive association. We have an association from cash in to ending cash, which also adds to ending cash, and call that a positive association. And we have an association from cash out to ending cash, and that's the cash out subtracts from the ending cash. And so we'll call that a negative association. Expenses add to cash out. We'll call that positive. It's positive to cash out. And expenses variable have an association to cash out, which also adds to the cash out. So we'll call that positive since it adds to cash out. So it looks like we have all of our associations added to the diagram. So it looks like we have all of the concepts and the associations entered for the cash flow model. Next, we will shuffle the diagram and see what we get. We won't save this model yet. Notice how much nicer the diagram flows. Of course, this diagram is fairly simple, so the shuffle is not as important as it is for more complex models. Even so, with just the 6 concepts, there are still 720 different diagram arrangements possible. The shuffle quite often results in a diagram that is easier to understand and can give you new ideas. You can shuffle the diagram as many times as you want. You can also move a concept manually by right-dragging the mouse from one concept to another. I'll just do that to show the effect. And of course, now the diagram does not look as nice. We will move it back. So, the shuffle is a very important part of the IDEA Shuffler. This ends part 1 of creating a model with the IDEA Shuffler. Go to ideashuffler.com for part 2.